Hey, what's going on, guys? My name is Stanley Steen from Team Deberoo, and in today's video we are gonna review RichPush or Rich Ads, whatever you prefer, but we are gonna review the push traffic of Rich Ads. Let's dive in.
This video is brought to you by Deberoo.com, the #1 affiliate marketing software platform.
All right, here we are on the homepage of Rich Ads, and well, let's just dive straight in and have a look on what kind of traffic source Rich Ads is and how you can create your campaign using Rich Ads. All right, where skill meets performance. Reach new audiences and conversions with Rich Ads, a global self-serve ad network developed especially for performance marketers. All right, so they have more than 4 billion ad impressions per day in over 220 countries of all tiers, which is good to know that they have all tiers, right? Because maybe you have a big budget and a offer that you've been running before and you want to go straight for the tier 1 countries, or maybe your budget is not as big, or maybe you want to test out a offer first, so then you can also choose for one of the lower tiers. All right, and they have 4 powerful ad formats. So as of right now, they have push ads and pop unders, so that's great. We're going to be focusing on push ads, of course. And then they have native ads soon and display soon. So that is very exciting. Rich Ads has been in the game for a while with their push ads as well as their pop under ads. But now they are going to add native ads and display as well. So that is great news for all of those Rich Ads fans out there. Catch the untapped audience. Use the power of our ad formats to capture new quality leads from premium sources. All right, so it's already at push, so let's take a look. Personal like notifications or alerts similar to one-to-one messages on the user's screen. All right, 100% visibility, resistant to banner blindness. A CPC from 0.3 cents. Pay only when a user clicks on your ad, and the highest ROI. Harness the traffic quality, huge volumes, and low price. All right, good stuff. So they also have pop under, and they also have a tab already ready for native. So I'm very curious when they are going to launch their native section. But like I said, we're going to be focusing on push today. We make tech, you drive the performance. Use the power of our ad formats to capture new quality leads from a premium source. All right, let's see if we have some more numbers here. So they are showing up at some of the live events, affiliate marketing events, although these are outdated. So perhaps we will be able to see them in the near future. Let's just log in. Let's just check it out from the inside and see how easy or how hard it is to launch a campaign using Rich Ads. All right, so let me log in here. Perfect. So we're logged in, and the first thing that we want to select from is the campaign type. So are we going to create a push campaign or are we going to create a pops campaign? So obviously we will be using the push format. So let's click on start. By the way, you can also import your campaign. I just saw that. Let's go back. I want to show you. So import campaign right here. You can import your campaign from ZeroPark or Propeller Ads with an API key, which is pretty cool. I have never used this function, to be quite honest, so I will definitely check it out, and maybe we'll record a video on that as well. But for now, we are gonna go with the classic push, and we're just gonna press start. All right, so here we are. So the ID is going to be automated, I think. So right here is the destination URL. So this will be your campaign URL, right? I don't have a campaign URL right now, so we're just going to put Deberoo there. All right. Then the title, so this is going to be your headline, and Rich Ads gives you the opportunity to use 30 characters for your headlines, all right? So write a beautiful headline here. All right. Perfect. And then the message. So for the message itself, we have 45 characters. So a short description within 45 characters. All right. So obviously you wouldn't do this, right? You would just prepare your creatives, prepare your headlines, prepare your messages, your descriptions. And then right here we have an icon and a banner image. The banner image is optional, the icon is not, and they have the perfect sizes on here as well. So for the icon, it's going to be 192 by 192, and for the banner image, it's going to be 492 by 328. All right, so I always like to use Canva to make sure that I have the exact right dimensions. So let's check one more time, 192 by 192. I like to use the custom size, 192 by 192. Perfect, all right? So this is how you can make sure that you do have the right dimensions, and we're simply just going to drop something in here. Let's see. Oh, we'll just do one of the pictures from Canva themselves. All right, perfect. I don't really care about what the image is right here. I just want to have something that is the right dimension. All right, just to show you how you can create a campaign. So we can just drop it in here, just drag it and drop it. Perfect. So that looks like this right now. But then we also want to use this banner image, right? So 492 by 328. 492 by 328. Let's create a new design. You can remove this one. And perfect. So we're going to download that. All right. Do we have that? Oh, it's an MP4. Oh, okay. I didn't know that. Well, delete it. Okay. I didn't know that was possible in Canva. All right. Creating a design. Photos. And let's use something else. Perfect. Boom, boom. All right. Isn't that beautiful? I think it is. I think this will get us a lot of conversions, this picture, guys. All right, cool. We have downloaded, and you can also just drag it right here. We get the option to crop it, which is quite nice. So we can make sure that it is the way exactly that we want it, and then we can upload it. Let's see what that looks like. That would look something like this, right? So without the icon, it would look like this. You would just, I'm sorry, without the banner, of course. So you will have your icon and your headline and your description. And then if you use the banner image, it will look like this. So it will fold open underneath your message. All right, add at least 5 creatives for better campaign performances, right? So you want to add multiple so that you can test your creatives, because if this creative isn't working, I want to make sure that I have multiple so that maybe another creative is working and I can still optimize on it and start scaling. All right, so the landing page, what do we have here? So this is the tracking. Add custom design creatives. So Rich Ads design team will add creatives when this is likely to increase campaign performances. So that is nice. Personally, I wouldn't use this option too often. I like to have my own control and create my own creatives, and mostly look at the data, because I've got all the data on all the different creatives and I can find certain patterns, right? So I want to have that control on my creatives so that I can say, okay, I'm going to make these creatives, I'm going to make these creatives because I think they'll work, because the data tells me so, right? So I don't like to use this option personally, but maybe if you're not experienced or you don't have a lot of time to spend or whatever, maybe this is a nice feature for you, and the Rich Ad team can definitely help you out. All right, but I'm going to turn it off. Then tracking, so landing page, page visited, page scrolled, page clicked, and time on page. All right, so that's very nice. We cannot change this, all right. Notes, insert code. All right, so we have to insert this in the header. I'll show you real quick how you can do that. So let's go to the Deberoo platform. I'm going to sign in real quick, and then we're going to go to the landing page builder so that you can see exactly how you can basically enter this piece of code, this header code, into the header of your landing page. So let's go to the landing page builder. All right. We don't need that anymore. And then let's just use this landing page right here as an example. All right. So you can just simply click on copy. I think that should work, but just in case, I'm going to select it and press Ctrl C. And right here, we have the page info and the header scripts. So I can just simply paste in that header script, press X, press save, and now the tracking script is in our header. So we're all good on that. Step 2, main conversion, lead order, email submit, install, postback request with volume. That's fine, perfect. Approved conversions, so we can also post back those into our tracker if we want, but we also have the lead order, email submit, and install. But it might be very nice to make sure that you receive a post back when the lead is approved, when the purchase came through, when a sale came through, or when a deposit came through. Then we have the targeting. All right. So we are going to target a specific country, of course, because your offer is good in a specific country. Usually, maybe you have a worldwide offer. Those are out there. But in general, it's one or a couple specific countries that you can promote in. All right. So let's say Greece. We're going to run in Greece. Why not? Regions, include, exclude. So we can basically say, okay, we want to include Crete, for example, or we want to include Mount Athos, or we can exclude these, right? Personally, I like to let the data tell me what I should include and what I should exclude. So I usually just start out like this and wait until I have plenty of data that can tell me otherwise. We can do the same thing for regions. We can do the same thing for cities. So you can select certain cities or areas that you want to focus on with your campaign, but the same goes there. I like to see the data before I start optimizing on the regions and city size. All right, then the devices, mobile, tablet, and desktop. Let's just start out with mobile only. We can always decide to scale it to desktop or tablet or move it to another campaign. Then the impressions cap. So if you want, you can set a amount of impressions that each user can get in a certain time period. So right now it's automated on 1 impression per user per day. But you can also say, I want them to have 3 impressions per day, a max 3. That won't mean that they will get 3. It's a maximum of 3. Or you could say, I want to leave it to 1, but I'm going to change the period to 2 months. So it's only 1 impression in 2 months. All right. Then we also have a clicks cap. So how many clicks can a user make per certain period? We're going to turn that off for now, and the impressions cap as well. Well, actually, I'm going to turn the impression cap on 3 every day. Cool. Then we have the goal. So cost per click is 9.6 cents. Then we have a CPA goal, and the smart CPC optimizes bits based on conversions. So this will help you with the optimizing of your placements, right? So they will take a look at which placements are generating conversions and try to improve and increase the traffic you receive from that specific placement. All right. Then we have the budgets. So the budgets we can set per day, or we can only set it per day. Okay. So if you do unlimited, then it's the whole campaign is unlimited, and we can set a daily budget if we want to. And then let's say we want to spend $200 per day. Then we have the option ASAP, as soon as possible, or even. And this has to do with the spend strategy. So do you want RichPush to spend your daily budget as soon as possible? So the way that it's set up right now, what it will do then, it will look for all the opportunities to spend your money on receiving traffic, and it will burn out your daily budget as soon as possible. All right. So if you have a very big budget, that might still take 24 hours. But if you have a smaller budget, it might be the case that that $200 daily budget that I've set right now is spent in just a couple of hours. So if you don't want that and you feel like I want to receive data on full 24 hours so I can start optimizing on the schedule instead of just receiving all my traffic in the first 4 hours of a day and my budget is gone through. If you want that, then you should select the even. So the even option basically spreads out your daily budget to make sure that every hour you spend around the same number, all right? It's not going to be tied down on the penny, but in general terms, you will spend every hour around the same money, and it's spread out evenly throughout 24 hours, all right? Then we have some more options, so let's check it out. Advanced targeting, subscribers, new subscribers only. And if we turn this on, we get a warning. Let's check. New subscribers only feature targets users subscribed to push notifications 1 to 7 days ago. It's more expensive than average and volume is lower, but CTR and conversion rate are higher. Turn off to get more traffic. All right. So right now it's turned on, new subscribers only, which means that we might pay a little bit more for our traffic and we might not receive as much traffic as there is available. However, they say that the quality of the impressions of the leads should increase. However, we can also turn this off and then we just run our push campaign regularly. All right, so then we have the targeting on operating system. So you can select specific operating systems right here that you want to target. I like to receive data before I do certain targeting. But what is pretty cool is that you can check how much percentage they have in their database, right? So the majority of their database is Android 9, over 30%. Then Android 8, Android 7, so a lot of Android users. Then we have Windows coming up at about 10%. And OS X, is that iPhone? I don't think so. No, iOS is, maybe OS X is also iPhone. So the highest iPhone is at 4.3%, and then we have below 0.5% right here. So those are small margins. The majority are Android users. So you can target those right here. Then we have the browser targeting. Once again, I personally, even with the browser, like to get my data before I start optimizing on it. But if you have that data, you can target specific browsers or you can exclude specific browsers. For example, if Edge is not working or Opera, well, they're both 0%, but let's say Safari is not working, we can exclude Safari right here. Or if only Chrome is working, we can include Chrome here and then everything else gets excluded. Browser language, I do like to use this. So if my ad is in English, I am gonna select English as my browser language. What is quite interesting here though, we have Greek, we're in Greece, remember? And we have Greek 38.63% and then English is 23.54%. So I would probably still push my ads in Greek since we're promoting in Greece. So I think that it's their native language, so the majority should be able to speak Greece. However, this is giving me good insights that there are quite some people in Greece with their browser language set on English. Now, that does not mean that they speak English, and it does not mean that it's like a secondary language for them. It's just some stats. This doesn't mean anything yet, but it's good to keep in mind because maybe my Greece ads won't work at all, and maybe I want to shoot one creative trying to see what happens if I push the ads in English, right? I might want to check that out. So for now, we're going to set it on Greek. Or actually, let's just not do it at all and wait for the data to see if we should target on Greece browser language or not. Then we have the connection type. I never use this at the start of my campaign, so the same goes here. I like to get my data first, and even if I have the data, there are not a lot of campaigns where I optimize heavily on the connection type. Same goes for the carrier targeting. Then we have the ISP. All right, so I'm not quite sure what kind of targeting this is. It's all 0% as well, 0.9% of whatever, this one on top right here, and the rest is all 0%. I'm not quite sure what kind of targeting this is, so I'm not going to use it. Manufacturers, so what kind of manufacturer do you want to target on? It's the same thing. I cannot assume that a certain manufacturer is going to bring me more leads or more sales than another manufacturer, so I would have to test and wait for the data to tell me how I should target right here, and the same goes for models, of course. Then right here we have IP targeting, so if you want you can include or exclude certain IP addresses. It's nice that they have this feature in the case you want to exclude a specific IP address because it for some reason messes up your flow. So then you could use the exclude IP option. Include IP, I wouldn't do that too often unless you have a list of IPs that work really well for this specific offer. But in general, I would just say I'm not going to use the IP targeting. Then we have the sources. Right now it's premium is selected. So premium is best to start, standard is best to scale, remnant is best to buy cheap, and new is list added up to 30 days ago. Alright. In page is green dot. I don't see where that refers to, but maybe if we unfold it. Okay, alright. And the black one is the iOS calendar. So we have some iOS calendar in the premium ones. Let's see if we can find some in-page as well. So this would be in-page push sources right here. So you can select what kind of sources you want to use. If you want to scale, it would probably look like this, right? If you know that your flow is working, you've made some sales, you made some profit, and you want to scale it to the moon, you would probably do something like this. If you want to test it out, I would probably go like this, or maybe like this if you do not want to, if you do not have such a big budget. But in the end, I would just use this little schedule right here to check what's best for your situation. Turn on new premium lists automatically. Alright, so this, I would turn it on. Why not? If there are new premium lists, let's turn it on and let's see how they perform. Right here you can also enter your whitelist or your blacklist if you have one. And the micro bidding list is right here. So how to create a micro bidding list, I'll explain right here. So we're not going to go over that. Then we have the schedule. It's the same as the targeting. I like to use it 24/7 in the beginning, and when I have some specific data that tells me otherwise, that tells me that certain hours are or are not performing well, then I start basically optimizing on the schedule. But in the beginning, I just run 24/7. And the automated rules. So this is quite nice. You can automate your campaign optimization workflow. Use one of the following presets. Subscriber lists, quickly getting the desired results, new offers, low budget needed, under 200, or publishers, accurate, getting the results on scale, tested offers, average and high budget needed, above $200. All right, and we can add our rule right here. Apply rule 2, let's say subscribers lists. Increase bid by percent, 10%, limit to the cap, sure. And then right here you can set the conditions that they have to meet to do this certain action, to increase the bid by 10%. What are the conditions that they need to look for before doing so? And once you've done that, we're basically done. We can press create and then our campaign is ready to go. So it is a very straightforward platform. I think it's really nice how they designed everything. It's really clear if you go through it, and you can always just move back to the things that you want to change right here. So that's quite nice. A lot of targeting options, which is cool. I don't usually use them that often in the beginning of my campaign, but when we'll get more towards optimizing and scaling, I'm going to use more and more of those targeting options. So it's great that those are available. And I also really like that they split their sources. So you can say if you want premium, standard, remnant, or new. I really like the fact that they give you that option yourself instead of just giving you all the sources that you have for your targeting and then just find out what you need to find. So they already kind of pre-selected. Of course, it doesn't say that a source in remnant won't convert or that a source in premium will always be profitable. That is not the case, of course, but they just made a little bit of a pre-selection to give you a better understanding of what kind of sources are in there. So I really like that. So overall, RichPush, I really like their platform. I think they have a lot of good options to create your push campaign. And then they do also have that pop under option in case you want to create a pop under campaign, or maybe you want to scale towards a different traffic source. And then native and display are coming soon. So that's very excited. So we're definitely going to stay tuned to RichPush and see how they are going to roll out their native and display function. But for the push campaigns, I would say RichPush is a very nice traffic source. So that's going to be it for this one, but no worries because I will catch you very soon. And until then, peace out.